How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we are going to be giving an honest review for Black Ops Cold War. I have never done a review for a Call of Duty before, but I have felt for this Call of Duty specifically that it is time to start dipping my toes in the review game. Now I'm going to try to keep this as short and as simple as possible. We're going to categorize it in three very easy sections: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now I'm sure you've seen this already before with other different reviews, but it works great, so I'm going to use the same thing here. Let this just be clear as well. This is the first week after the launch. Literally, things could be changing months down the road from now, and I'm sure it will. This review could be completely obsolete in a few months from now. Obviously, this video will be my opinion, so if you do disagree or agree, please let me know down in the comments below. I am really interested to hear what you guys believe because I've been getting mixed reviews from my friend group, so I definitely want to hear what you guys think going forward in this video. So to start things off positively, we're going to be starting with a good category. Now, this game does have a lot of good to offer. First off, I want to start with one of the best things this game, in my opinion, did this year, and that is the campaign. They put their efforts into this campaign. Now, is it the longest Call of Duty campaign ever and it's kind of short? Yes, it is. It's pretty short. It is definitely nowhere near the longest campaign ever, and it kind of does feel like at the end. But the choice system they have set up in this game gives you differential endings, and that is something that I love that was back in Black Ops 2, and they brought it back, and it's amazing to see again. It really can make the game feel more important when you're playing it. Your decisions matter, and that's what I love about it the most. The other thing that I love about this campaign is that this campaign looks amazing. The graphics in this campaign are great. There are multiple cutscenes. Some seem a little cinematic crazy, try to get you going, oh my god, it's like a movie, but other parts are super beautiful, and some cutscenes are just amazing. They really are. So Treyarch, Activision, good job on your campaign. It is amazing. The story writers did a really good job. I love the campaign. It is probably my top 5 of all time in any Call of Duty. Secondly, I want to talk about zombies. Zombies in this game had me terrified. Seeing the trailer, seeing the first hour of gameplay before I got to play the game really had me worried. But I can now say with certainty, after completing the Easter egg and playing that map for countless hours on solo and as a group of friends, that map is a very good map. It beats Black Ops 4's Zombies 4 maps that released at launch by a landslide. The Dead Ops Arcade alone coming back is amazing, but playing D Machine is great. The map is great. It looks good. It's bringing back an old classic, but it actually adds a lot to the map. Like that part of the map being brought back is a very small portion of it, so it doesn't feel like it's recycled. The new gun system that they've added to the game, the new box system, really works well. It is the most enjoyment I've ever gotten out of killing zombies before. So the zombies, I will have to say, is what's holding this game together still. So the zombies are amazing. I love it. I love it. The crafting system is great. The boss battles are okay. The ending cutscene, there is none, so that kind of was a little letdown. But overall, I'll have to say D Machine and the Dead Ops Arcade are really good. So zombies and campaign are amazing in this game, in my opinion. Next up is the customization. The customization in this game is insane. I thought the gunsmith in the last Call of Duty was good with all the different attachments you had. This game decided, we're just going to add a whole bunch more. So there's even more categories of your gun to customize. There is even more of a list in each category of things you can customize. The guns that you can choose from and vary. I mean, everyone's running with a different gun at this point because of how big your customization options are. It's really exciting. It kind of gives you an idea of... It kind of gives you a sense of what should I do with my guns. So I will have to say the customization for this game alone, just based on the guns, is really good. So good job on that. Next up on this is cross progression. This does go with the attachments as well that we were just talking about with the customization options. You can level up your guns in zombies and in multiplayer. That is something we've never seen before. Your level goes to both. So before, your zombie level would be different from your multiplayer level with your weapons, blah, 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 blah. Now, your weapon can go from level 1 to level 10 by playing zombies, and then you can go back into multiplayer and have attachments unlocked, and instead of trying to kill sweaty kids, you can go kill bloody zombies and get the same attachments that way. So I love the fact that they've added that. It is actually amazing to see that, and it gives you an incentive to play either multiplayer or zombies and vice versa. So it's really, really cool that way. Speaking also about progression, this game does its progression system so well that it actually keeps me wanting to play, especially the zombies mode. You have challenges for both multiplayer and zombies. They're actually really well founded. You can see them really well. They're easy to navigate to, and it kind of wants you to, it makes you want to do them. In past CODs, there's been tons of challenges before, but they were so hard to get to, they were so kind of confusing that it just made me not want to worry about them. I don't know if that's about anyone, if that's what anyone else feels like, but in this game, it looks really good with the customizations and the progression. It keeps you wanting to play. That's the end of the good category. There is a lot of good coming from this game, but we do need to go ahead and move on to the negative aspects of it, which include the bad category. First on the bad list is the maps. What is going on with the maps? First off, before we go to anything, there is only 8 multiplayer maps this year in the new CODs, at least for the launch. Obviously, they're going to add more. Activision has already said that they're going to add tons of content, but I'm going to guess the content they're adding is the content that came with the game that they ended up just taking out for now to, I don't know, drip feed, kind of like what Rockstar does with GTA 5. We only have 8 multiplayer maps for 6v6, and 2 of which are cut down versions of a ground war map. It's insane that literally in World War II in 2017 it came out with 9, and that was a big issue, that we would regress instead of learn from that and literally go back 1 map and go to 8. And we can all, say that it was COVID, it was the dev cycling, it was, issues, but there should be no reason that we're getting 8 multiplayer maps whatsoever, especially when this game has a great campaign, a great zombies. And I don't know what's going on with COD. I know that they're on a time crunch. They have to release a game every year, which I disagree with, but to have 8 multiplayer maps, you should not be releasing your game yet, in just my honest opinion. The maps, they don't flow well at all. Treyarch has always been a kind of like 3-lane type of map where each lane is really well defined, and they make some great maps. One of my most favorite maps are usually Treyarch maps: Firing Range, Nuketown, Raid. Tons of maps from BO2, BO3, BO1. They've made some really good maps. But in this Call of Duty, they dropped the ball. And I don't know if that's going to be with how people are playing recently, which we'll get into later in the ugly. I don't know if that's just because the maps are more open, which I believe they are. They are completely jumbled messes. I don't know the names of the maps. I don't care to remember them. I just roll my eyes when I see the picture of them, and I start to play it, and it doesn't go smoothly at all. Now, I don't think the maps are awful. I don't think they're unplayable. I just don't think they're I think they're meh. They're just meh. There's no standout maps where you're like, oh, I want a 24/7 mosh pit of that right now. They're just meh. Next up is the graphics. Now, this game has me so confused on graphics. I don't understand it. The campaign, 9 out of 10 of the times, looks amazing. The graphics hold up. They look better than the past CODs. They look better than most games. They look great. They are visually stunning. And I'm not playing on the best settings, and that could probably be why. I'm not going to say that I'm playing on maximum 4K settings and I'm looking great. But for what the game is right now, it should obviously be better than the last game I played for COD. At least that's my opinion, is every year they improve graphics to a degree. The campaign and zombies did a pretty good job, I believe, with graphics. What is going on with the multiplayer? I don't get it. Some maps look amazing. I think the graphics look great. They work well. But there's other maps too where some of the graphics, I don't know if they work. I think it might be that. I don't think the graphics are bad at all in this game. And I think it's almost stubborn or spoiled to say, oh my god, the graphics are bad. But something just doesn't feel right. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. And I don't want to score points away from this game because I don't know how the game feels with graphics. But the graphics just seem to work in some places more than others, and I don't get that. I really don't. But that's just how I kind of feel about it. Score streaks. What happened with score streaks? What did we do to score streaks? So, obviously, when you introduce a new system, there's always going to be issues that you have to work out, and that's exactly what this game's going to have to do. But with the score streaks, half of them don't even bother using. They're not going to do anything for you. They're not going to help you whatsoever. The other half, don't use them either. Because if you're going to go fly with your top score streaks and you're going to try to destroy the map, there are so many items in this game that are ready to destroy your score streak, including a default class that literally just lets you destroy the score streaks in a few seconds. You're not going to get anything with it. Your time of sweating and trying to grind out this score streak isn't going to matter because some kid named Jimmy who's level 5 is going to be pulling out a default class and killing you in a matter of seconds. It doesn't work. And with the spawn protection system that they've added to the game, which works in some cases but not in others, your score streak 1 can't stop them from killing you. You can't stop them from killing them, and they can pull out a default class and take out your score streak, and all that you did was a waste of your time. It doesn't really work. There's cooldowns for score streaks that there shouldn't be much of a cooldown for. There's score streaks that do deserve a cooldown and that work decently well. I think overall it's just not a balanced system. The score streaks don't work well. I don't know how I feel about people getting handed score streaks. Like nothing. It kind of worked in past CODs. I don't know how I feel about with this COD. It's just overall I feel like the score streak system needs to be worked on a bit. I don't feel like it's all the way there, but I also can't hate on it entirely just because it is a new system. I just hope that it gets better as time moves forward. And that is really it for the bad section. The bad section really is a meh section. It doesn't mean it's horrible. It just means kind of like you take it or leave it. It depends on who you are and what your opinions are. That's just why I kind of keep them there because it's up for interpretation. But we are moving on to the ugly category, and then we'll wrap the video up here. The ugly category is pretty ugly. It really is. First off, I want to start off with content. This game should not have been released yet. It was not ready. It was rushed. It is almost obvious to anyone that isn't having their Call of Duty goggles on of, oh my god, I love Call of Duty. Nothing's ever wrong with the game. This game is not finished. It is broken almost to the degree of unplayable. There's only 8 multiplayer 6v6 maps, and like we've said before, 2 of them are recycled from Ground War. There's only 2 Call of Duty Zombie maps. One's a Dead Ops Arcade, and one's D Machine. I'm not going to take it entirely away because those 2 maps are solid. Going from Black Ops 4, which only had 4 maps, we're now at 2. So we're regressing with maps here. The guns, not as many guns. Obviously, in Modern Warfare 2019, they did add them as free DLC guns, and I'm sure they're going to do the same for this game. But the guns at the start, not very many guns at launch at all. Not very many operators, which I don't care about at all. I don't think anyone really does, but there's not a ton of operators compared to past CODs when they've added those. The game is just lacking. It really does just lack that Call of Duty being full. And I think it's been losing content as the years move forward. We are regressing back and losing that content that COD used to have. And it does end up coming back eventually. But really, I think that these CODs have so many plans, but their plans, instead of releasing it at launch, is to drip feed it throughout the year to us. And we all see that. No one's blind to that. It's just obnoxious as heck to visually see that play out. It's not like you're blindfolded and it's happening. Next up, and this is literally one of the main reasons why I decided to make this type of video, glitches. This game is broken. You gave us a broken game. When I was playing the beta of this, I was smashing my head against my desk because of how this game plays. It is broken. When you go to play zombies, and this is right now, when you go to play zombies, if you pick up a ray gun and you down, you can only hold one weapon the entire game. You have lost that ray gun. You literally lose a second weapon, and you cannot pick up another gun besides for your primary. So you are only stuck with one gun. Also, the game doesn't run. I am playing on an Xbox One from 2016, so it is getting older, and it can barely run your zombies after round 10. It is not the type of lag that comes from internet where your ping is 1,000 and you're teleporting everywhere. It is the type of lag where it's frames. I am playing a Microsoft PowerPoint by round 8 to round 10 on your game. And I know for a fact my Xbox can handle it because I've gotten to round 30 with no issues when I play private match with a few friends. It just depends on the game you get. Also, there's been times in the game where it spawns too many zombie dogs and they completely almost crash the game. There's times where you down and you're stuck in your create a class menu, and if you die, you still have that create a class open, or if you're revived, you still have a create a class open. You can't leave it. You can't select your guns. The game is not functional. There was times in the campaign where my game would just freeze, and then when I would go to restart it, I would have to take a break. I would have to let the game fix itself. There's times where in the campaign, I think everyone can agree with this, the campaign's cutscenes were literally being shown by hands moving the picture, the frame, one by one on my screen. They weren't moving. I could not see half the content you made, Treyarch, because the cutscene couldn't get through half of the dialogue in time because it was so framey and laggy. On the main menus, I couldn't find a multiplayer match for 35 minutes because I just got the game, and the actual join lobby button and all that good stuff that's in bold was gone. I was getting a completely different version of your game. It was like a glitched creator class and like a glitched PC version of your game on my Xbox. I don't know what the heck happened, but I had to wholly hard restart my Xbox to get this. And I was thinking maybe my Xbox is just cursed and it hates this game, but I have not had this many issues with any other COD, and I've talked to multiple people and seen multiple YouTube videos of the same issues happening. I'm not even going to get into all the other glitches there probably is, because these are just the glitches I've experienced. I'm not going to go and hit on every single glitch, but this game is infested with glitches and game-breaking bugs, and it makes it so hard to play and just unbearably not fun. Like, it takes away the good parts of the game at times, because there are good parts of this game, and the glitches just break it. And lastly, I want to leave off on skill-based matchmaking. Now, this is a take it or leave it type of thing. Some people love it, some people don't. My issue is this. There's times where I want to sweat on the game and grind stuff out and kill little Jimmy and get the best score streaks and level up my guns, get gold, get diamond, and just go crazy. And there's times where I just want to play with my friends or just relax and just kind of chill. You know, I had a hard day at work, and just relax. And you can't, because yesterday you were playing like a sweaty little loser, and now today when you're just trying to casually play, you're fighting against the FaZe clan that's melting you and going 102. It's not fun. You know, I don't want to sweat every day. It's exhausting mentally to sweat on that game every day. Some days you just want to chill. Gaming's not always about sweating. Sometimes you just want to have a good time with your friends and just chill and relax. And it's impossible, because if I go to a party with 4 of my friends, if we go to a different game, we're fighting against another party that decided that they're going to drink 40 Red Bulls tonight and go freaking absolute bananas on us. Overall, this Call of Duty is not bad whatsoever. It really isn't. I would give it around a 7 out of 10 as of right now. And the reason that it's such a high number, in my opinion, is because campaign and zombies are what's holding this game together. Right now, if it doesn't get its multiplayer, its weapon balancing, and its glitches together, we're going to have a massive issue with this year's Call of Duty. Overall, I do think they did a good job. I think that it's insane that they were able to do this with COVID this year. I think that is really impressive, and I do appreciate all of them for doing that and sticking it through. But overall, your game's buggy, it's glitchy, and it's not finished, and you literally have no content. And it's going to get old really fast. Should you buy the game? Yes, but should you also maybe wait a month to see what happens? 100%. I would definitely see what happens later down the line. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys thought. Give me your opinions if you disagreed or agreed. But other than that, I appreciate all of you, and thank you so much for watching.